What's up, guys? By the time you watch this video, my contest video will probably be uploaded. As you can see back there, it is uploading to YouTube right now. I figured I would give you all kind of a vlog. I didn't do much today. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag like non-stop. And today I took a break off of Assassin's Creed. I played it this morning, then I took a break and I drove around and got fresh air. That's I figured I needed to leave the house for a little bit. Anyways, guys, the contest is up. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. It's uploaded right now. It's kind of weird. I'm running out of ideas. It's been raining and storming, and we have a tornado watch, and blah, 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 blah. And I was going to go herping, and I can't go herping. My buddies in my band from the vlog, the 3-hole vlog, want to jam this coming weekend. And the wife is off Saturday and Sunday, I believe. So I might go jam with those guys again. I actually, in that vlog, I played the bass. And I don't know if y'all guys are familiar with bass, but look what it did. Look at that action, man. Awful. This is my buddy's bass, and I haven't got to work on it or nothing. But action height, string height, that big, look at that. Hurts your hands. That's what I was playing. What's weird is it was fine, and then the more I played it, the more out of tune it went, the more the neck bent. I don't think it's been abused that much. It's a New York Pro, which is probably, I guess, made out of the same place where a lot of like Main Street guitars and stuff are made out of China. Anyways, I'm probably either going to do neck adjustment on that guy and get the action lower so I don't murder myself, or when we go to practice next time, I'm going to take my Hellraiser, since I set my Hellraiser up. As you can see, it's right there. And play that guy. Let me move over here. I don't know if the light's better or worse over here, but let me come sit down in the other chair. The phone records in 30 frames per second, and I need some vlog camera that records 60 frames per second. That way when I move around, it doesn't blur and give y'all guys motion sickness. One thing that I'm having issues with is, I already took the SD camera out. I just found out that the reason why I'm having problems with recording any higher than 1080p and 30 frames per second is because there's a little number that's on your SD cards. You know, it's like a 1 through a 10 or something. Anyways, the closer you get to 10, the faster the card is. I have a 4. And when I try to record, I can record 1080p, 30 frames per second. If I try to record faster than that, it does not record. The camera shuts off after like 2 seconds. Anyways, guys, there's the stuff right there. I got the box inside to load all that stuff up for the contest. I know it's going to cost me money. I'm hoping it doesn't cost as much as I think it's going to cost to ship the stuff. I think it just depends on where, whoever wins the tank, where I'm going to have to ship it. That's where it's going to get funky. I'm probably going to I'm probably not going to postal service it. I'm probably going to ship it through FedEx or UPS. I haven't been doing much. I took bearded dragons out yesterday and let them. We got a swimming pool set up. The swimming pool needs to be cleaned, but I took the bearded dragons out and let them play in the pool and let them run around the front yard for a little bit. And come to my attention, I noticed something was wrong with a big head, my female bearded dragon. Like she wasn't using her back legs very much, and she doesn't look like she's got MBD or nothing. Because I take real good care of those bearded dragons. They got real nice 10.0 bulbs and desert UVB bulbs and real nice power sun uh, UVB bulbs and heat bulbs. But I looked up on the internet and it says that if you feed them too much food and they don't poop, they can get paralysis on their spine. I guess from food pushing on it. Well, I noticed the bearded dragon hadn't pooped in a while, so I went ahead and gave her a soak. Then she pooped, and she seems to be acting fine now. So I don't know if she just was like constipated and walking funny, or if But right now she's being fine. That was kind of kind of made me concerned. I'm actually thinking about getting another Sudanese plated lizard. Uh, I had a plated lizard, and he was about 12 or 13 years old, I think, when he died. He died of old age. I fed him. He came out and hung out on the bed with me and watched TV. He's one of my favorite lizards because his name was Dino. And I would call him, I'd go, Dino, and he would come out of his cage, climb up on the bed. He had an enclosure that I built. If you follow me on my Instagram page, you look way back. Me and my cousin, the same cousin that helped me build the iguana tank, helped me build Dino's enclosure. It was real nice. We did the whole foam and grout thing to make it look like a cave. And it was actually a really nice enclosure. It was really big, and I made it out of plywood. It was really heavy. Anyways, yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you can see that cage, and you can see Dino. There's some videos of him eating superworms and stuff on there. I miss him like a whole bunch because he was one of the coolest lizards. If you're not familiar with plated lizards, plated lizards don't bite. They don't tail whip. If you pick them up and they don't want to be held, like Dino, I got Dino and he was already like 6 or 7 years old, and nobody took care of him. He was in a little zoo med enclosure, like a 18 by 18 by 24 tall, which I don't think plated lizards are ground lizards. They usually live in like holes. When I got him, he was already old. And what they told me had happened was his kid bought him, set him up in the tall enclosure, and went to college, got a girlfriend, and moved out and left the lizard with his aunt and his uncle. And all they ever did, they didn't clean the cage or nothing. All they ever did was throw crickets in there and fill up his water dish. They never cleaned his tank. His tank was disgusting. They actually had it for probably 6 months after he left. Took it to my buddy Robert's pet store and kind of like dropped it off, gave it to him. And then I went over there and he said, "Hey, I don't know. He's not familiar with a lot of lizards and things. So he said, I don't know what kind of lizard this is." And I had never seen a plated lizard before. This was a while back. And he said, "Tell you what, man, you give me $20. He's all yours. I'll give you 24 crickets to go with him. You can have the enclosure, all of his stuff." And I think he just didn't want to clean out the enclosure. It's pretty nasty. And Dino, when you try to get him out, man, he would do the alligator roll, the death roll, like the iguanas do whenever when they're trying to tame him down. And it only took me probably a week, and I had him where he trusts me. Like I said, I get a lot of the animals I got are rescues. The ferret, all three of the ferrets are rescues, even though they weren't really rescued. I don't like saying rescue because it sounds like the animals were abused. The three that I got, one of them my buddy uh, gave to us because he didn't have enough time to take care of it. The other two we got from my buddy Robert, from some girl that was moving away, couldn't take him to the dorm room. That's Poncho and Lefty. I got Rocket Butt from my buddy. The iguana's a rescue, and she was treated pretty damn bad whenever I got her. Uh, she's a big brat. Speaking of her, I need to cut her nails. I took her out today, and let her run around the living room, and I ended up with scratches on me right there. And and then Henry's really, really old, and he was originally one of my friends, my good friend Chelsea's mom's. She had Henry in her classroom, and this was back when I was in junior high, I believe, like a long time ago. And she had him for a while, and he bit a student. So because he bit a student, her mom gave her and Chris, that's Chris's wife, my singer Chris from Three Hole. That's his wife. They got Henry and had Henry for a long time, and they moved, and it was getting real cold, and they hadn't loaded up Henry, so they had me go pick him up, and I picked him up, and my friend Chelsea went ahead and said, well, you like Henry and you like snakes, so why don't you take him and take care of him? And that's history. I've had him for a few years now, and he's pushing 17 years old, so he could probably go at any time. This last time I fed him, he didn't want to eat. The other snakes, on the other hand, I bought all them. I bought Popeye because I wanted a pied. I got invited to go to the NARBC. I think that's what it is. NARBC show in Fort Worth, and my buddy Robert invited me to go over there, and I couldn't go, so I actually gave him some money and told him to pick up a pied ball python because I wanted one, and he picked me up one, and I got it for cheap. And the only problem with Popeye was when we first got him, he had he wouldn't eat. He wouldn't eat no food, and he seemed to have an upper respiratory infection, which is really bad. And when you go to reptile shows and stuff, watch who you're buying stuff from, man, because you can get mites at a reptile show. You can get sold snakes that have upper respiratory infections. You don't know what you're buying when you go to a reptile show. Anyways, I got Ruby. I went in there and he had an albino ball python, and I don't have a normal, and I thought she was gorgeous, so I bought her off of him, and then I went back, and he had what he said was which is Violet, she's a anerythristic Honduran milk snake, and he said she was some kind of violet king snake, like some kind of king snake morph, and I bought her off of him, and I think she only cost me about $30, and she's one of my favorites because she's gonna get big. The Honduran milks get pretty good size, they can get up to like 5-6 foot long and pretty big around. Then I got Muerte. I wanted a Mexican Black King because I can't afford to buy a indigo snake. So I ended up buying a Mexican Black King from BHB Reptiles, and that's Muerte. And then like the leopard gecko that I bought my daughter, I got that leopard gecko from Underground Reptiles. And anyways, I'm kind of addicted to the snakes, And I have the snakes, and I have them more as pets than I do for breeding or anything like that. You know, I'm real against having racks, but as it's going right now, depending on how the remodeling finishes out in the house and how the enclosure that I want to build outside goes, I might actually consider doing some kind of rack system for the snakes because they take up a lot of room. I know Ka, my carpet python, he's got that big enclosure. I'm probably going to redecorate that and put a fountain in it or something and make it look real pretty and put that in the room as like a showpiece. And I'm probably going to see if I can afford to build the iguana a new enclosure, like a really nice new enclosure, to go next to Ka's enclosure, so they're real pretty, and have them two on display, and probably buy a rack system and put the other snakes in there. The the only snake that moves around a whole bunch is Violet. You know, during the day they stay in their hides; they don't come out much. You know, and then when it gets dark, I'll see Ruby laying out, and I'll see Henry poking his head out. He likes to hide in the substrate and poke his head out. Anyways, I just figured I'd vlog a little bit, talk to the camera here, or talk to my phone. I don't know if you guys will watch this or not. I'm real caffeine sensitive, so if I drink a Coke and it gets late at night, if I drink a Coke and it's like 9 or 10 at night, I will not go to sleep till 3 or 4 in the morning. And that's even if I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I will still stay up. Anyways, guys, that's enough rambling. Like I said, if you actually watch this vlog video to the end of it, watch the contest video. Please, guys, enter the contest. I'm trying to make it fun. I really want somebody that deserves this tank to get this tank. And I'm probably going to, whenever I announce the winner, I'm going to get your address and all that stuff. I'll have you email it to me. I'll give you my email address and have you email it to me. And then we'll do it from there. I'm going to end up needing whoever wins his address and all that information. Anyways, guys, let's try to make some fun stuff on the channel. Let me know what you guys think. Watch the contest video, which looks like it's completely done uploading now. And I'll see y'all guys in the next video. Let me know what y'all guys think.